Alright, I actually wanted to do something different this time. I wanted to go over the different Grom clones that I've came across in my hunt of getting a Grom clone. Alright, first on this list, you already know it has to be the Boom 125 series. Yes, I've said series because there is actually 3 series of this bike. The first one I'm gonna go over, I just actually just saw it, which is the ninja form. I've never seen that one. It kind of looks like a Kawasaki Ninja. It's a 5-speed. They claim it can go over 75 miles per hour. I kind of do believe that because it's a 5-gear transmission, because that's what the Boom needs. If it had that one gear, it would have been even more fun and could actually hit in the 60s, so possibly is fairly accurate. And it has 16-inch rims compared to the 12 or 13 that most of these clones have. Now I'm gonna go to the Gen 1, which is what I have. 4-speed, nice bike. It's a Chinese bike. You're gonna have your little problems with it, but you could fix it. You could get over it. And there is also a Gen 2, which is like a Ducati style with the cage on the side, and kind of more naked like. And these bikes I saw, but these bikes I saw off of CycleDepot.com. So I haven't really dealt with them, so I'm not saying to deal with these guys, but I mean, for the most part, it looks professional. But like I said, I've never dealt with them, so just take that, buyer beware. Don't come back at me for that. This is just a place where I saw. And they also have a e-Grom, not really a big electric bike type guy. I don't have anything really against it or anything, but these bikes are like comparable to the 50cc's. So if you've ever had a 50cc, then you know what the deal is with that. They do have an upgrade for it. I did see something online where you can upgrade the electric motors, but electric motors actually cost money. So they cost way more than just, because you can get a Lafon 125cc, the bare minimum one for like between like $300 or $400. Was over $1,000. So if you do that mod and all that stuff, it comes to the price of a Grom. So if that's the route that you want to go, you don't want to use gas or whatever, or you want to be eco-friendly, or you might be in an area like California or whatever, and you can't have these bikes. So the electric route is there if you need. And the next one on the list is the Bear Frizza. I hope I pronounced that right. 125cc. This bike also comes in more than one gen, with the first gen being like a stretched out version of a Grom. That's pretty much what Bear does. They pretty much take anything from Honda, because like the other bike that I have, the Ruckus. Well, not really a replica of the Ruckus. It's a replica of a modded Ruckus. So this is pretty much the same route that they're going with the Gen 1, which is a stretched out version of the Grom. And this also has little bits and pieces that's upgraded, kind of like how the Boom went. And the second gen is kind of like the second gen for the Boom with the Ducati style. I think the only difference is I can't tell them apart, but the only difference that I really know is I think the Bear version comes in, I think red, white, and blue version. That was the only different one that I actually saw, because they look fairly different. The tank are different also, but they look very very alike. I could barely see the difference. And the next one is the SSR, which is the original Ducati style Grom Clone that I've seen, because this one been on the market well before these two, and it's called the Rascal. Motor wise, it's similar to the Boom. Also I forgot, the Ice Bear version is got that MotoGP gearing also, so that's pretty much what separates it from the Boom and the Rascal. The Rascal has normal shifting like the Boom. This one is 1800, the same as the Ice Bear. Ice Bear is also 1800. So you know, you do go Ice Bear. You got, I believe, out of all of the bikes that's on my list, that one stretched reverse gearing. So that's the only one that's actually stretched without you actually having it. Already comes like that. So you know, that's also an avenue. But more on the Rascal. It's a nice bike. It actually competed with the Grom, the Z125, and the K-Pipe, which I'm gonna do that one next. And they said that the Rascal was the best one out of all of them because of the fact that you can, you know, mod it fairly cheap to mod and to play around with. The next one on this list that I got is the K-Pipe 125. This bike has the reverse gearing also. I think the N up and 1 2 3 down. Not really a big fan of that, but I actually like this bike a little bit. It has bigger wheels than all the other ones, so it kind of sits a little bit higher. It's got like a skinny cafe-ish racer thing going on. Great starter bike, you know, it's probably great on gas. But then I just didn't like it because it kind of reminded, because when I first looked at it, I thought it was like a moped. I totally thought that it was a moped, but what separates it from being a moped is because it doesn't really have pedals. And it's kind of bicycle-ish if you look at it, but that's just me. And this one was almost like $2,000, about 1999, something like that. So about $2,000. Great bike if you don't want to start with the scooters. So and you want to have that motorcycle feel, and also you can have like the scooterish feel too, but it's just not a step through type thing. But yeah, you get the motorcycle feel. But like I said, it's kind of pricey compared to the Boom, the Frizza, and the Rascal. So you know, take that in consideration. But you're getting a solid, so that's nothing to complain about. And I don't really want to do too much of the features, but I understand most guys don't have the MC endorsement and they want something like a motorcycle, so they don't want anything like a scooter or whatever, so they can actually get this, which is the Dong Fang 50cc, which is the DF50 STT. Just search that online, and it has the GY6 motor, which is a very good motor. It's pretty much in all the scooters that I know of. This one's based on a stretch version of the Grom. This one also comes in two forms, but the only thing really different is the little fender thing on the front. I also think that this bike comes in electric. I believe so. I'm not sure. I don't think so, but it might come in electric because I remember seeing something like that online, but I can't really find it. But if you can find it or whatever, you know, leave it in the comment section. But yeah, my opinion overall for the 50cc version, it's not my cup of tea. but I understand why guys get it. And in most cases, what they do is they put the big board kits on it. I think the highest they go is like 100cc or something like that. I personally just would say no, but that's just my opinion. But then, if it's something that you really like, and you know you like the 50ccs, you know, go ahead and get the 50ccs. But you know the price for it is, I think it was over like the one that I saw was like over 1500, and then I saw another one that was like 1700, which is excessive for a 50cc. But you know that if that's something that you like, definitely get it. You know, it's actually cool. You know, definitely if you want a mod, nice little bike. So, you know, there's the Don Fang. And last on this list is the pricey of them all on this list is the Brock 125cc Urban. This bike actually is in Australia, so that's probably why it's that much. But yeah, it's over like 32,000 from their site. I'm not really sure. It's probably cheaper than that, but that's what I found it to be. I don't know if it's in their money or you know, I don't know, US dollars. But you know, this is a nice bike. I actually, you know, would love to have this bike because it's like a Monster look, and I just love how Monster motorcycle site slash supermoto type bikes look. So this bike I definitely would definitely like to have. And I seen a video on YouTube that someone was testing it out, and that bike I just fell in love. It's a nice bike. And that's pretty much my list of the bikes that I've found. A lot of bikes I was considering to get, but I ended up settling with the Boom 125cc, aka what I call it, the Vader. So that's pretty much my little list.